Okay, so I promise I'm not insane, even though this entire video suggests otherwise, and to prove that, I'm gonna skip this entire opening cutscene thanks to an alternate start mod. I got straight to Sanctuary right after getting out of the opening cutscene, scrapped some stuff from the get-go to give me a solid foundation for my future endeavors, and got to planning. My original plan was to maximize settler happiness and achieve 100%. I want to do this through maximum efficiency and minimum morality. I ultimately settled on Abernathy Farm, as it already had a great foundation for what I wanted to do. Settlers pre-assigned to lots of food production, with ample space for upgradability in the future. Next was my game plan. To properly achieve my goals, I needed to use items from a DLC that I hadn't touched in years. The Vault-Tec Workshop. Specifically, one item that would be a game changer for me. However, I need to be level 20 to do so, and because I'm a good little boy who respects the fundamentals of gameplay, I'm not going to cheat my way there. And thus began the long process of fighting, looting, scrapping, crafting, and questing to reach level 20.
That locket back for you.
You serious?
I finally decided to pay the Brotherhood a visit, and got to see Dance, my beloved, once more. After moving through the ArcJet mission, I came to the realization that my damage was doing okay, but I was taking a lot of hits in fights with more than one enemy, so I sought to improve my defensive and offensive capabilities. And this spurred on its own journey of leveling, crafting, and questing in order to become as And after I'd scrapped, leveled, and explored my way to level 20, with minimal human rights violations along the way, it was finally time to run to Vault 88 and find the settlement build item of my dreams.
Who makes this shit?
Bike.
The Power Cycle 1000 was going to be the answer to all my problems. I would use it to power my settlement, while keeping all of my settlers in shape and preoccupied. And after going through all the necessary parts of this expansion, I finally returned to Abernathy Farm with my pride in my hands. I set the strong foundation for my dream, creating small cabins where settlers would work and sleep, all the while placing down all the power cycles I could fit in there. It was around this time that I began to expand upwards, building a second floor dedicated to agriculture and mutfruit, allowing an open roof for rain and sun to get in. I put in large walls to protect my settlers and to stop them from thinking about freedom. I built even further upwards, implementing elevators and mocking up my plans for my blossoming manufacturing empire. After saving caps and scrapping everything that wasn't nailed down, I had finally amassed a tower worthy to call my own. And now, all I had to do was power it. So I set a couple settlers on my first power cycles and left them to generate power. I decided to sleep through the night, and upon returning in the morning, they died. In my infinite wisdom, I had forgotten that when you do the initial testing on Clem for the Vault DLC, it saves those parameters as the ones in game for every single interactable Vault item. So I was left with bikes that would Fortnite quickscope my settlers if I had them even use it. And so I gave up for the day. I returned to this the following day with newfound hope in my heart and stupidity in my brain. I decided to scrap all of my power cycles and trade them in for scavenging stations. This way I could generate passive extra scrap while making sure my settlers were being put to work.
Stop!
And from here, everything actually progressed pretty smoothly. I continued to level and build, tweaking the floors and designs subtly as I went. I even installed a mod to make the Commonwealth a little bit greener and a little bit lusher. From here I progressed on to developing and prepping my manufacturing line. Having built a conveyor belt system that circles the entire platform and leads to a hopper, I originally intended to funnel different style manufacturing machines with enough supplies to pump out ammo, armor, weapons, and building items. This way I can sell them and use them to become the richest man in the Commonwealth. I foolishly chose sturdy combat armor as my product of choice, which costs an arm and a leg to make, forcing me to bulk buy shipments of materials like adhesive aluminium and ballistic fiber, all just to crank out a few pieces of armor. I needed caps, and I needed them fast, so I did something I never thought I'd have to. So what I decided to do was to abuse industrial water purifiers, spamming them, waiting, and then reaping the reward of close to 250 purified waters every 48 in-game hours. This was a game changer, as with just under 10 minutes of work, I could have enough purified water to bankrupt every merchant in Boston. And that's exactly what I did. Now that funding was no longer a problem, I focused on getting armor and ammo made, while tuning the tower to my desired needs, an entire floor of toilets with traps, as well as turning the tower into the inside of a gaming PC. I even built a complex conveyor system to funnel parts to my manufacturers, which didn't work as planned. But at least it looks cool. After construction was done, I touched up the defense of the area, added walls, a liberal amount of turrets, and some lovely Brotherhood knights. But I felt like the settlement could be safer. Now this is what I call safe. Okay, maybe this was a bit much. But at least no one got hurt.
FBI, open up!
Oh crap, the police are here. Jeez, okay, I gotta go, I gotta leave. Well, that sure was a fun little stint as the leader, manager, and somewhat god of an entire settlement. But I honestly prefer the simple life. That definitely doesn't involve being on the run from the feds. Yep, this is the life. Just farming, chilling, and gymming. Getting in those reps and getting in that work. Did you guys actually know that if you don't bench press with proper form like I am, it can lead to long-term wrist and joint issues? And this is actually something that